So you want to know what world events are? Well, you're in the right place. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. As you can see, this video is an overview of what world events are in Sea of Thieves, what each event is, the rewards, estimated time it takes to complete, and much more. Whether you're a new player to the game seeking information, or you're an OG returning to the game after the standard 2 to 3 month break after every update because there's no longevity, this video will be perfect for you. It only makes sense to start off with a description of what world events are, so let's just get straight into it. World events are essentially a random global quest which is generated by the server. Anyone can take part in these events, working together or fighting to the death for the glory and loot. Only one world event can be active at a time, and they are marked by clouds in the sky. They are known for rewarding a variety of loot, resulting in a tasty amount of gold for all of you gold digging hoarders. The first world event I am going to discuss with you is the first official world event which was brought into the game way back when: Skeleton Forts. Skeleton forts are indicated by a large skull cloud with green glowing eyes. An active skeleton fort can appear at any of the fortress islands, upon which the island's defences will become armed by skeletons. These skeletons are trying to defend the fort's vault and treasures like Pokimane tier 3 subs protecting their queen. A skeleton fort will stay active for around 30 minutes when it's not disturbed, but once on the fort, around 12 waves of skeletons of varying types will spawn, will have to be defeated, and then the last 3 skeleton captains will spawn in, which you can find out more information on in my Skull Fort video. The final boss wave will summon one of the 3 skeleton lords, the mutinous helmsman, the two-faced scoundrel, or the Duchess. Once the lord is killed, it will drop a stronghold skull, a skeleton orders leading to a rag and bone crate, which only sells for 5 doubloons, but it's mainly for commendations, and the stronghold key. This key can be used to open the vault at the heart of the fortress. A skeleton fort event is rather profitable due to the vault rewarding one of each stronghold grade item, a load of other treasure, mermaid gems, gifts, and an ashen chest. In total, the average estimate of a skeleton fort is around 30,000 gold, meaning if it takes you about 15 minutes, that's around 2k per minute or around 120,000 per hour. Now, it may sound rather good, but this excludes selling time, sailing time, any hiccups, and is purely based off of time to complete. Similarly, there is another Skeleton Fort world event which was recently added: the Fort of Fortune. I know, creative, re-adding something already in the game with a higher difficulty. What a genius addition. Anyway, this event is indicated by a similar skull, but is glowing red with lightning cracks in the skull, not to be confused with the Fort of the Damned skull. The only difference in these forts is the increased difficulty, a couple more skeleton waves, and the fact you'll have to defeat all 3 skeleton lords and one of the 4 ashen lords to be rewarded the stronghold key. On top of this, the only loot difference between this and a regular fort is some bonus shabby Athena loot to make up for the added 1 hour required to complete the fort. Safe to say, it's not great and rather shithouse content, but hey, it's a more fun way to get Athena loot, so that's the trade-off, right? Right? Introducing the hentai of the Sea of Thieves. Nobody asked for it, yet they thought f*** it and made it a thing. The Karen of the Sea of Thieves, always shoving their greasy nose where it doesn't belong. Flameheart. You will hear this goblin from across the map whether you like it or not. Okay, but in all seriousness, Flameheart is a Ghost Fleet world event, and is identified by a glowing orange head in the sky. I have a video on how to efficiently take out Flameheart, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. Regardless, I will briefly explain what the event is. There are 4 waves of ghost ships which spawn, 2 regular and 2 captain, with the final being the flagship wave. Each ship has a chance at dropping you a storage crate of the damned, which provides resupplies of cannonballs, wood, and a couple fruit, as well as being able to be sold for around 1,000 gold. The first and the third wave require you to defeat 7 of the regular ships. The second wave requires both captain ships to be defeated, and the final boss only requires the Flameheart flagship to be destroyed. However, if you're looking for maximum gold and profit, you'll want to defeat the 2 captain ships around him first. You can identify the flagship easily due to it being surrounded by 5 or so regular ghost ships and having a bright red Flameheart logo on the sails. The captain ships as well as Flameheart drop a variety of ghostly treasures, which also sell for an average of around 1000 gold. So the average gold you'll make from this event is around 90 to 110,000 gold. Considering this takes about 20 minutes if you're efficient, this is actually rather crazy, being 3 times that of a skeleton fort. Due to this, the event is highly contested, and if you are fighting it, you can certainly expect a battle or 2 with enemy ships. That is, when they're not hiding in their hobbit hole in the Southern Devil's Roar. Another recent addition is the Ashen Winds world event, which is indicated by a massive red tornado tearing up the sky. This tornado leads players to the site of an Ashen Lord summoning ritual performed by Ashen skeletons. The world event consists of a 3-phase battle against one of the 4 Ashen Lords, Red Ruth, Old Horatio, Warden Chi, or Captain Grimm. The lords, while similar to skeleton lords from other encounters, possess various unique fire-themed attacks, gaining more powerful skills as the fight's phases progress. But don't worry, my arse after a Taco Bell is more deadly than these attacks. Upon defeat, the Ashen Lords leave behind an Ashen Winds skull and 15 Devil's Roar variants of treasure. The Ashen Winds skull is a special bounty skull that can be sold or used as a flamethrower weapon. It's pretty badass if you ask me. On average, you'll only really earn around 30 to 40,000 gold from this, with about 1/3 of it coming from the Ashen Winds skull itself. So for the amount of time taken, maybe 10 to 15 minutes if you're efficient, it's really not that worth it. More than a skeleton fort, but it's still not worth it if you're going for gold. Next up, we have the skeleton fleets, indicated by a large ship cloud with green thundering effects. It will spawn in the middle of the seas or deep into the Devil's Roar near the bottom right of the map. There will be 3 waves of 1 to 2 skeleton ships to defeat at a time, with a mixture of sloops and galleon ships. They will each drop regular skeleton ship loot, though on the last wave a captain ship will spawn. This will be loaded with cursed cannonballs and drop captain loot, rewarding you with a minimum of 4 skeleton captain chests, 4 skeleton captain skulls, with a mixture of regular skeleton loot and ritual skulls. Typically, you can expect to earn maybe 60,000 gold for about 30 minutes of work here. That is if you're selling as a grade 5 Reaper's Bones doing PvE. Sorry, that makes me feel sick just to say. I would say this is one of the hardest world events to do currently. Even as an experienced player, I struggle to solo them because of how overwhelming these skeleton ships can be. So if you're relatively new, I'd recommend staying away from these, or at least having somewhat of an experienced crew around you. Moving on, the Kraken is considered a world event, even though there is no world indication in the sky showing where it is. This is because it can only be present if there is no world event active in the server. It is said to hunt down ships with the most treasure aboard, almost acting as a protector of the seas, though this is not confirmed. The Kraken cannot spawn near an island, so if you're looking to not be attacked, I would advise waiting until a new world event spawns. That is before leaving the island with your priceless bronze secret keepers. The Kraken does drop loot, but honestly, it's rather a joke how much you get. I wouldn't even bother collecting any of it. The only valuable thing is its big, juicy meat, which will give you overheal and regeneration when cooked. In order to defeat the Kraken, you must defeat a certain amount of tentacles. A sloop needs to defeat 2 to 3, a brigantine around 5 or 6, and a galleon around 7 or 8 tentacles. Lastly, I will discuss the Fort of the Damned. Even though it's not considered a world event and it's more of a raid, it can be confusing for new players, so I will go over all the details anyway. The Fort of the Damned is shown in the sky by a very similar skull to the skeleton fort, though the only real difference is the red glowing eyes. The Fort of the Damned, unlike the world events, can only spawn when triggered by completing a ritual, as explained in my Fort of the Damned lore video, which you can check out if you're interested in learning all about the Fort of the Damned. Similar to that of a regular skeleton fort, you must defeat 12 waves of shadow skeletons, or skeletons of fate as they're properly named, which will need to be lit up the colour that they are showing. This will always be indicated by the hands glowing underneath the well of the ferryman statues, in case you can't tell the difference between purple and blue, which is easily done. Upon completion, which can take around 15 to 20 minutes if you're efficient, you will receive a wide range of stronghold loot. Typically 4 stronghold skulls, 2 stronghold chests, 2 ancient bone dust, 4 stronghold kegs, a chest of legends, 2 reaper type chests being the Reaper's Bounty or Reaper's chests, with a wide variety of gems. This is currently the fastest way to earn gold in Sea of Thieves if you are uncontested and can stack the loot. 15 to 20 minutes for around 100k, and the best part is you do not have to leave the area. You can respawn it whenever you please, as long as you have enough ritual skulls, meaning you can easily be making 300k per hour and you won't even have to sail your ship. All you'll be doing is killing skeletons and grey marrow over and over again. Though due to this, much like a Flameheart, it will get contested. People are way more likely to go to a Fort of the Damned than anything else, so proceed with caution. Anyway, that's about it for this video. That's all there really is to know about the world events in Sea of Thieves. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments and I will answer everything I can. If not, then you should subscribe because, you know, it makes me happy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, my friends. Goodbye.